I do. I want to get in there.
Wow, I'm actually dead.
Are you dead?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Never, dude!
Dude, look at that macro pyre, dude. Oh my god.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
No matter what your passion is, soccer, rugby, racing, or esports, become a part of the experience with the moments we deliver.
Everything.
The Hurricane Pike Rupture! Absolute destruction coming out from Liquid. Solo, beautiful feed script onto Mugi. Rampage for no one. GG is called.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Apologies, we had a short delay starting this one out. But Liz, I mean, we're back for game 2 of here between Team EVOS and Tigers, and this feels like this could be the closest match we'll have. Like,
oh, it definitely looked close.
Despite that first game, that really did come down to the draft, right? It's like this: if we get both teams focus on what they want and not go a little bit too,
it's like
different.
It's like they pick a bounty, and after that you take an AM. It's very.
It's bid high, bid low, right? Like one team's like, okay, we're ending real fast. The other team's like, okay, we need time.
Yeah, but usually Anti-Mage isn't really the strongest hero on the lane, right? And if you pressure him super hard, like he can't really help his team out later on. And if you fight with Bounty later on all the time, you get that track gold, and you just skyrocket in net worth, and then he can't even contend.
And I mean, they had a good lane as well, right? We said the Necroforce matchup was not going to be good for the Necro, for the side of EVOS.
It didn't matter, though, because that AM just disappears after. And then Bounty Hunter, you're still playing 4 versus 5 for a really long period.
Well, we have a draft. We've got some picks already, so let's actually drag across into that. There we go.
Let's go.
Stop looking at our faces. Start looking at some heroes. We do see the Earth Spirit go through this time, as it wasn't banned.
Yeah, and they banned the bounty. I mean, you have the Earth Spirit. I don't think it's necessary to ban out that bounty, but they're basically afraid that Team EVOS has this one draft around bounty in which they feel really comfortable. And well, Necro and Jakiro, they were in the last game. They're here again. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see which way this goes. But you have the Earth Spirit, you have the Pagna. You definitely have now 2 ways of dealing with Necro. Last game they only had the Pagna. This game you have that Earth Spirit as well, which provides you with some pressure to that Necro and the Silencer. I mean, if the last game wasn't a Yule's game, I mean,
then what is this one?
This one, like, he's definitely gonna get it. You have the Silencer, you have the Pagna, you have the Earth Spirit. You need that Yule so hard on Necro. So yeah, so many silences coming out already. Like the Earth Spirit, the silencer. Then you have the Pugna with the Qualifier. That not the silence, but definitely helps with the magic damage versus Necro. So
I mean, you're kind of in the scenario, right, where it's like you said, it's a surprise they banned the bounty, but they had the Tusk last time. We said that was good for the bounty as well.
it was.
It just seems to be they don't want to be forced into this ridiculous tempo. Like they are bidding low, right? With the Earth Spirit and the Pugna, they kind of aim around this mid game, but they didn't want to have to be in the scenario where, you know, it's like you're putting in a bid for a contract, and then EVOS just comes in at half the value. You know, it's like you don't want to be in that scenario, so it's better not to risk it.
Yeah, I like the Earth Spirit pick. I think it's good. The thing about Earth Spirit though is I really like when it's comboed with a high damage dealer on position 5, either something like a Jakiro or a Wyvern, or even something like I don't know, a Phoenix, which I think Alliance was picking a lot, right? Like Phoenix and Earth Spirit. So that
They were the first ones.
Yeah.
Like everyone's on that train now, right? Like especially, well, not as much in SEA, but in EU CIS, everyone has jumped on that. I expect to see that go global in the next month and a half.
the 3 and Phoenix, right? That's
Yeah.
so good. Even though Phoenix got nerfed like 3 times in a row, he's still very strong. He dishes out so much damage after the laning stage and brings so much to the team fight. Overall, we see the Mirana again. I mean, why not? Let's go. So we see Mirana on EVOS again, and the lineups are looking very similar. Only 2 new heroes, Earth Spirit and Silencer right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's one way to change
And we
things.
could go with Tiny, all right? So
I mean, he can kill most of what's shown right now in EVOS, especially the Mirana and Necrophos. Jakiro, a little bit harder, but
he's pretty good versus both Necro and Mirana because of all the nukes that he has. So that's pretty good. Like they haven't really been countering each other like in the last game. I kind of wondered if you're gonna see the Kunkka when the Mirana was picked.
what?
All right.
All right, you know what? Do you think this is the POS 1 Ricky? We've seen this in the EU region,
I mean,
not with much success.
I definitely like position 1 Ricky more than anything else, and I would love to see it either 1 or 3. I would not like to see this be a roaming Ricky, because a position 4 Ricky versus Earth Spirit is even worse than Bounty Hunter versus Earth Spirit.
So, for the record, you heard it, guys. The words "I like Ricky" were used in the sentence by Liz there.
Joe, I actually played after the last time we casted. I think it was Mango that played Ricky, and then it was NIP, right?
Yeah.
And after that, I really felt inspired by this hero, and my streams 2 days in a row I was only playing Ricky.
Loads of people have, yeah.
I didn't have the best win rate, like 50-60%, but the hero is really nice. He truly is. Like on a core role, he does so much once he gets like a diffusal blade. The only problem with him is he doesn't farm fast enough, but once you have that blink strike talent, you just jump across the map so easily, and even the farming becomes like much easier as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see which way he opts to itemize and where they actually put this Ricky, because yeah, the last game they had the Bounty Hunter. This game it might be a position 4 Ricky. It just might be. The problem with him is like when you're an Earth Spirit, what you can do is you can roll onto a bounty and use your dust, but the bounty gets out of shadow walk somehow and he runs away. But Ricky cannot do that, so Ricky is gonna be affected by that dust, and he's gonna be very slow all the time. So
That's true. He can buy a little bit of time with his ult, of course, but then you're just throwing ult out
early on.
defensively.
If he's position 4, if he's position 4 early on in the game, that can be a problem.
So looking at the bans, actually, there's a focus on the Tinker on one side and Faceless Void on the other.
So they basically identify the heroes that the opposing teams play, and okay, so it is a position 4 Ricky most likely.
All right, I'm not as okay with this. I think Ricky as a support just doesn't do enough. It really, like there's scenarios.
Dude, wait. You buy Aghanims on Ricky, you infest the Lifestealer,
and then you never come out, baby.
Lifestealer buys Aghanims.
You hop in the Mirana, you've got like a 3-man bomb. Initiation. Boom, let's go.
There you go. That's it.
You know it.
That's what's happening. I mean, I agree with you. I don't think it's the best on position 4. It can still work.
But against these heroes,
these heroes, yeah, he's barely gonna tickle them on the laning stage.
I mean, it'll be annoying for Earth, Spirit, and Pugna with the smoke clouds, but that's about it. It's not like, if it was the other way around, if you're talking about a Ricky pos 4 and you get later on the game against a Lifestealer.
It's really good.
Yeah, because no chance you get the rage.
Yeah. The cloud is so good versus Lifestealer, but yeah, he's not playing versus any of the... Like, versus Pugna, it's decent. What they need to do is they have to itemize in 4 staffs. They need the 4 staff or 2 to deal with the...
Alrighty. Well, that's a little bit better, but the problem is Enigma is going to get a BKB eventually.
The thing is, like, why I really like the Enigma pick is because it allows Earth Spirit to roam across the map. He's not bound to one lane. Usually when an Earth Spirit is bound to one lane, it doesn't end up well. So with Enigma, what you can do is you can just let her be on her own until that level 3. And after she gets that level 3, you can go to that lane and help her out. And meanwhile, that's like, what, 2-3 minutes? You can be rotating either mid or your safe lane. So I really like the combination of a solo offlaner like Enigma or Darkseer plus Earth Spirit. That I think these kind of combos are really good. They're a bit archaic, and like the last time they've been really popular is like 6 months ago, but still, I think it's fine. I think it's a good option for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the only way you can run these roam type supports right now. Like you say, you got to have a self-sustaining offlaner. You have
to have a self-sustaining offlaner. If you don't, yeah, then you're an Earth Spirit that's on the lane, and that's not your strength. You're not playing to your strengths. So there's a reason why Earth Spirit isn't picked that much. It's because of these dual lanes, 2-1-2s. He doesn't shine in those. He's alright, but there are better heroes. Like there's Treant, there's Dark Willow, there's Wraith King, there's Jakiro. There's so many other heroes that work well together. And
I think the biggest issue I'm seeing right now is when I look at EVOS's draft here, the Lifestealers for your farm pick, I don't think it gives you the kill potential in the lanes.
It's good versus Tiny later on.
Sure, but like...
There's that. It's good versus him. You have Rage versus Pugna. You have to be careful versus the Silencer as Nyx, though. But you're right. You don't really have a lot of kill potential.
And that's worrying, like, especially Lifestealers, they are at risk of being forced out of lane early on. People just kind of sit there and go, what? No, but he has so much lifesteal, right? He's got the open wounds, he's taking up % of your health. It's incredibly effective. The problem is, this is the type of hero that is that it's a bit like the Ursa logic, where we're like, oh, an Ursa can win a lane easily. Yeah, not if you're 2 heroes on 1. The moment you pummel into him, he's not going to trade effectively at all.
Exactly. If you ever abandon an Nyx, he can just be zoned out completely so fast. And also a nice thing about Enigma plus Earth Spirit is that he can roll in super early on and place those wards undetected. Because of that, Enigma can just deny the creep wave and take it back. Like this ward blocking the easy camp is probably one of the most important aspects of playing Enigma on the offlane, because you're always gonna have the creep wave back because of your demonic conversion. You're gonna be denying creeps, and you're gonna have the creep equilibrium right where you want it to be, next to your tower. But if they pull, they can kinda restart the whole thing. So it's nice.
I do actually I like what he's done here as well, because he's got 2 wards. Zephyr, it doesn't look like you put down a sentry, right? So in Vlysu's eyes, he's going to see this, but it won't matter. And well, Zephyr will know about Vlysu now.
Oh.
A little bit of trade battle goes on.
I don't think he saw Ricky. What?
He didn't, but the arrow... Oh no, Vlysu! He's going to be able to hit up to Zephyr enough that they'll be able to run up and they'll get their first blood.
I don't think he saw that arrow either.
You know, I'm getting that feeling. Facehugger and these arrows, the ones that Tigers should see coming and just don't.
Right?
That is not first blood that should be occurring.
Like, it's an arrow from the low ground. You see it.
You know what it is? It's also the psychological value. It's like, I can't turn around because Ricky's going to trade even better the moment I walk away.
Maybe that was it. You're right. Overall, though, like that roll, by the way, guys, he didn't have some sixth sense. He didn't know where Ricky was.
No, he was just trying to get around quicker.
He was taking down trees so that when he wards there, he sees more. He has, he can ward the ancients there and he sees more. But yeah, it didn't work out for him this time. He kind of died. That's not great. First blood.
I think slightly backfired.
Slightly is, yeah.
Yeah,
understatement, especially when you're giving that first blood to the midder. So this Mirana is gonna have a good time versus Tiny. Like before, it wouldn't have been hard, but it wouldn't have been easy either. And now it should be easy for her.
I mean, she'll get tossed on tower, but the problem is creeps there. And that was his one like opportunity to really kind of bully her a bit, because the problem now is it's not going to take very long to get your hands on a Wraith Band.
The Wraith Band, the second Wraith Band.
And then into the Aquila, it's insane.
Yeah, top lane there, kind of hurting this Pugna a bit, but...
I mean, you have to push hard on him, because it's just... We said about his lifesteal. The moment you don't enable him, he's screwed. And as a result, Avile has been left alone in the bot lane. And this is a 2-on-1. And while Necrophos can kind of sustain himself to an extent, you can't underestimate the damage that comes out from an Enigma with the Eidolons.
I mean, I don't think Necro has too many issues versus Enigma alone. One-on-one, he could be able to lane. The problem is Enigma is going to out-level you. But at the same time, it's not the worst thing for you to play one-on-one. However, Red Spirit is here. He's trying to constantly harass Necro, and it's not really working. He hasn't been doing so much on bottom. Like, this is what I talked about. Enigma does not need a position 4 until he's right now, like level 3. These 2 minutes could have been better utilized by Earth Spirit.
It's problematic. He could have made... Well, you can't really easily go for mid, because, of course, there'll be a level to leap for the Mirana at all times, especially with Tiny being on the lane.
Top lane?
Maybe top, but 1-4-3-7. There we go. They were stalking him for so long. Vlysu was just right on top of him the whole time.
Yeah, so we have seen our first lane blood.
Yeah, we don't count the other one. I mean, that totally shouldn't have been happening. Yeah. That's just a freebie. All right, that's a handicap. That's a
Yeah, but the problem about that kill is it's a dual lane versus a tri-lane. This Ricky is starved of experience. Nikes as well. I mean,
it's kind of like you can throw the silencer under the bus, and you might have to. The Decrepify comes out to buy him some time. The Never Blast, trading a lot of damage here. 1-4-3-7 should still go down. It'll be close. He can't. No, he'll make it. He gets through the trees just in time. The stick keeps him alive. And another valuable thing about being up against tri-lanes here, of course, stick value is through the roof.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain they could have killed him there if they body blocked him a bit, but they decided that they had enough damage.
Avile.
Bottom lane? Yeah.
Well, when Boulder comes through, they have got the stun as well to follow up to hold him in place. There it is, goes through, and Avile very fires up the Death Pulse, trying to stay alive, but the Eidolon's going, they'll get the kill.
This is alright. Taking down that Necro as a dual lane here, it's definitely necessary because your own top lane is suffering so hard.
So the focus is probably right now in the mid lane, and you can already actually see a lead building for the Mirana, which, how often do you say that? At the 3-minute mark, the Tiny's behind on CS.
Yeah, like, it's all about that first blood. Like, giving that first blood to Mirana is very scary. There aren't many heroes that utilize that amount of gold as much as she does. It basically allowed her to go for this 2 raid builds instantly, and because of that, she hits so hard. Like, it's very difficult for Tiny with only 2 armor to just stand here and take all these punches.
I mean, that 2 armor comes in the tower as well. He is not very tanky at all. Despite having all this raw HP, it doesn't really count for much in the face of all the arrows coming out from Mirana. And Whitemon in the top lane, Decrepify, Never Blast, goodbye. And 1-4-3-7, he didn't get any in from that. He was just out of range.
Oh, double damage. Earth Spirit might fall here. He should be dead.
No, the arrow, oh, it gets him! No mischance here.
Because she fired it as he was rolling, so he was still on the low ground. Oh, Enigma?
Mumian has been left alone here. Going to try and do enough damage to Vlysu with the Eidolon. Knows he can't get a Vile, but forced to try and attack him anyway. Oh, no, he's got the Death Pulse. He should be fine here. Oh, is he? He's going to turn around. This is very greedy. Needs to be careful with the rolling. No, Zephyr snipes him.
Perfect snipe from Earth Spirit. Really well played.
What was it? The greed from the Necro there. He's like, oh, I need to get the regen by killing these creeps.
I guess it was greed, right? Because I was wondering if he's doing that because of Earth Spirit. Maybe he's thinking Earth Spirit is going to roll on him. But
oh, top lane. Whitemon being chased on 2. The last word being amped up with Decrepify. The body block's coming in. Looks like one.
It's all about the bounties. It's all about those bounties.
Oh, Wonder Kid does manage to pick that up. And who just move across, get even more bounties. This is one of the beautiful things about Pugna. He's so fast that he can actually get away with this.
Yeah, this hero is so fast. It's ridiculous. Like 388 movement speed.
Oh, Tiny? Tiny's going down. Gank comes in, Vlysu is there, and Facehugger just leaping forward to make sure he gets the final touch.
There we go, talking about that position for Ricky. He's finding his place in this game.
He's finding relevance, but yeah. a big part of all of this is coming down to the Mirana. Yes, the Ricky enabled that first blood, but it's the Mirana's game right now. Whitemon, he's going to go down. There's the last word. It's going to get him low. The final hit comes through from Wonder Kid. Another kill. Oh, 1-4-3-7 in return. The open wounds, the smoke cloud. He's going to be protected by the Decrepify for a moment, but he should still fall. There's no easy way out. But it's a pulse fight. You don't care each time this happens because they are investing a lot more on the side of EVOS to get that one.
Yeah, like these early kills on position 5 kind of matter a bit more right now than later, but it's still not the end of the world if you die. It's fine.
Especially if you can make a move on the Vita in the bot lane. And Zephyr's waiting here. There's a Malphus. Roll and Boulder in. He'll hit perfectly. He'll have to use the Ghost route, but they can just use the Boulder Smash whenever they want here. There it is through. Avile controlled up. Needs to move fast on this. Should just about be fine, actually, because look, Facehugger's showing up with an Invis rune. They need to be careful. They don't know about this either. There it is. Starstorm comes out. Mumiana taking a lot of damage. He should go down here. The final taps will be given out. And on the side, the rollout does come through from Zephyr. He'll make his escape, but not with much HP left.
Yeah, they had to roll
the arrow?
2 heroes, sadly. But overall, what's happening at the same time is Ricky took that mid farm and he's getting more experience and gold, which is super necessary for him. So overall, a really nice rotation by EVOS. Punishing that aggression from Earth Spirit and Enigma, and then also giving their Ricky a little bit of space on mid, which was definitely necessary. This hero does so much with items, so overall, yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
It's looking really good for the Mirana right now. I don't really strike lifesteal and say this guy's going to do much for you with this early CS, but it covers you later on, and that's kind of things. You look at Tiger's lineup for later on. Where is it?
Where is it? Yeah, I agree. Like their lineup is looking really interesting. The only right clicker that they have is that Tiny, and I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's enough, because if he goes on a one-on-one fight versus Nikes, he loses. Like it's Tigers. They've drafted.
I mean, they had the big black hole. And speaking of that, Moon almost full in the bot lane. Does move away just in time. The smoke cloud will not take his life. Nemo, roll in. They're going for this, actually. They might be able to get in. The Malphus is slow him down enough. They'll get on top of the final hit comes out, and Zephyr needs to back up. But Vlysu needs to be careful himself. The Eidolons, they do hurt a lot.
You still need the damage in that black hole, though, right? So you
still do, yeah.
You have the Earth Spirit.
Well, the difference is that Lifesteal is not healing up, though, right? That's kind of the different factor, is he's reliant on being able to hit people constantly. That's why it's probably one of the hardest counted heroes by Halberd pickups.
Yeah. There's Pagna with the Decrepify as well. That's pretty nice. He is going for that armlet on Nikes, not going for anything like Solar Radiance or something like that. So
I like this, though. Like you see a lot of people do this. I think it's kind of a mistake in this type of game for you to go Radiance, because you get free farm. You're like, hey, this is the best pickup.
Yeah,
but
you do so much versus Tiny with that armlet as well. It kind of helps you out. I wonder if he's going to pick up something like a Manta to counter the Silencer. The global silence is a problem as well. That's the only way they kill him, I think. So.
True. In your dream, yeah, but the open wounds, smoke cloud coming out, whoopsie daisy, mistakes made, and he'll fall.
Yeah, he's basically playing on the edge there knowingly, because he knows he has the Crepify, but he did not see Ricky coming, and because of that, he paid the price.
Problematic here. Oh, mid lane. Facehugger moving in, tossed away though. She's having none of it. I mean, you got Avalanche, still leaps. Then just like, well, okay. I got all the combo from Ajit.
Yeah, on bottom lane, they're rolling in on Avil.
They're going in. They do miss it this time though. Avil, he started to learn where he's been going wrong here. But the problem is they might keep hunting.
Well, they're zoning them out so
I think
hard.
They're setting up for a tower push, really. Like, we're almost at the 10-minute mark. The Moonlight Shadow is coming out.
Oh,
look at this.
Infest.
Oh, yes. Infest on Vlysu. He wants to move in. 1437?
He just needs to find the target to blink on to.
The 1437 is going to tank the gank by the looks of it. They haven't got the black hole. Oh, Ice Path coming down. There's the Infest coming out on the side. Zephyr's going to fall. The Starstorm a little bit too much. He will go down. So both the supports on the side of Tigers will fall.
Yeah, they get these 2 easy pickoffs. There's no black hole on Enigma, so there was no way they could turn that. Instantly, Nike Sport stop. He's going for the bounties. That's their next objective. And after that, he just defends top, I suppose, versus Pagna. I mean, the later this game goes,
Facehugger, they'll find him. Avalanche is going to come out. He needs to get away from this. Tossed up in the air. He has got a leap available. Get down to low ground, and he will retreat. Yeah. But, by the way, Moon's black hole's on cooldown.
I'm sorry, 4 bounties.
All right, no, I'm ignoring the fact that EVOS just snatched everything.
Everything. 4 bounties going the way of EVOS. This game's over. Go next.
I wonder.
Like when you lose all bounties, it's like.
Hey, this is later in the year. This isn't the early days of 2017. Oh, Arrow connects on the Wonder Kid here. They'll move forward and they'll kill him. Avalanche in return, just trying to hit up onto the targets. But, I mean, Ricky's a little bit too fast and does get the Invis off in time.
Yeah, I guess that Invis gets some region up. He has that range drop, so they couldn't nuke him down. They couldn't nuke him down there. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Pagna, though, she ran straight through the smoke screen. That's what she did. She was like the arrow connected because it was in melee range. He ran up to Mirana, which isn't something that you want to do as Pagna, because there is that Starfall that dishes out so much damage, and you can't save yourself with the Crepify. So, yeah.
Well, that Pagna has moved bot. Kid wants to push in on this tower, and this should be the tier 1 fall. This should be where they commit heavily for this. The question is whether EVOS want to defend, and by looks of it,
they do, yeah.
Facehugger moving down. No Moonlight Shadow for 20 seconds, so they should hope that the area is secured, and with the sentry, they'll feel emboldened.
There is Black Hole. There is Black Hole, and Ricky is on top, but he's infested and he's porting.
But there's no global silence.
And there's no global. That's true. That's the biggest thing, actually.
All right, they get the tower. Sun's coming out. Zephyr, the boulder smash, won't connect. The Ice Path, neither really having much of an impact. And it looks like Tigers will just walk away. And they force so much of a response out of the side of EVOS. There's no trade.
They basically forced everyone, and because of that, Tiny is free to whack down this mid tower, which is really good for them. And Nyx is still in Ricky. However, they might find 1-4-37. There we go.
Yeah, they'll walk in. He's just a sacrificial at this point. No, the Decrepify to protect the roll in. Logic needs to be careful. The Rage is about to run out. He might be in trouble with the life drain as well. They use a black hole. They're thinking about it. They decide, no, he throws it out now. Moonmiana wants this kill. He may have actually made it a little bit too late. Looking to move away. He does have the armor to work with. Can he toggle this right? Yes, he can. The Decrepify, the Rage will be able to turn around and just back off from here. Meanwhile, on the right side, Zephyr will fall to Vlysu, who gets low himself, but not low enough. Rana's just going deep on the back foot. 1-4-3-7's down, and she needs to move away. The Avalanche across path, and actually a view. Oh, the Ice Path! Just in time, is going to keep Avile up, and Wonder Kid, he needs to run for the high hills now. The smoke screen goes down, he can't do anything but die. The Starstorm to connect. And Facehugger is dominating these fights again.
Yeah, the problem is they're winning the fight in which Enigma used his Black Hole. So
it seemed indecisive, right? He waited until Life Drain was cancelled. Just think, if he does that when Life Drain is still going, that's a kill, right? 100%.
I think there wasn't a single moment in which that Black Hole wasn't possible. But he was probably gathering more information on where Ricky is, where, like, if he used the smoke screen or not, if Ice Path was used, because if he doesn't know those things, it's very hard to pop that Black Hole because it might get interrupted instantly. Maybe that's the reason. I'm not certain, but he definitely should have triggered it earlier there. Definitely.
Speaking of this, Ricky's moving around the back. The Ice Path connects, and Ajit in a little bit of trouble, stunned by the arrow, trying to move away, but it's too late. iLogic runs in and runs him down. And that should secure a push on this tier 1. Wonder Kid's went in the tree line, but Vlysu sees everything. The ping's already coming out. If he stays here, he's going to die. And I don't think he can even leave. The smoke screen's going to be there. Moving forward. They maybe jumped the gun a little bit.
Maybe just a small bit. But Ricky is infested, and he might find Earth Spirit now.
He's looking for Zephyr.
Yeah.
Avile sees on the other side. The wrong boulder gets blocked, though. And now Zephyr has no way out of this. The Scythe's going to be there. Goodbye, Mr. Earth Spirit. 40 seconds on the sideline.
There's just snowballing so hard, getting one kill after another, and there isn't a lot that the Tigers can do. They just do not have the items that are necessary right now. They don't have an initiating tool on Tiny because their mid lost so hard. They have no Shadow Blade, they have no Blink on him.
They're full in on him. They're full in on Tiny because these big cooldowns around him. The Black Hole and the Global Silence.
Yeah, and you bought a Midas on Enigma, which is basically, I mean, one of the best items on Enigma, hands down. It's really good, but you cannot fight right now with that. It's not helping. You don't have a Blink with that Black Hole. You don't, I mean, even when you have that Blink, you still need the BKB afterwards. So I suppose the only way Tigers come back into this is by taking this late, and maybe they pick off someone, or
I mean, I'm not.
They have to wait for EVOS' mistakes. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if you go Blink first. I feel like you need the BKB because otherwise, if you don't catch that Ricky, you're screwed.
Oh yeah, you need the BKB. That's true.
But the arrow, especially, like you're gonna stand there with a Black Hole. You have to catch Mirana, Ricky.
The problem is if you go for
Wonder Kid, Decrepify, Life Drain, Vlysu's going to use the smoke screen, and they should move on to the Pugna kill, especially even committing the tricks of the trade to ensure that that is the case. Meanwhile, in the mid, Facehugger does secure the tower. He won't be able to get a kill on Ajit, who sidesteps the arrow.
They did get 2 bounties on bottom, so it's a small, like silver lining in all of this. It's something, yeah. They did get something, so they're not completely out. They have this global silence. They have the Black Hole. They have ways of...
They might be forced to use it. They're moving in. Yule's going to come out in the Earth Spirit. They'll have the Ice Path into the arrow. The Starstorm should connect as well. Not even needed. Facehugger says Maelstrom. It's who needs magic anymore.
Yeah, you have Yules or Necron as well. So one more way of breaking that Black Hole if it happens.
The good news is they did tank the gank for Ajit. And that could have been 10 times. Imagine if you force use a global silence there.
Yeah.
That's
like, you want to use this global offensively if it's possible in any way, because if you do not use it offensively, like, they're just gonna wait it out and go again, and you won't be able to fight for 2 minutes without it. So yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard for Tigers right now. There are ways for them to come back, but
I think the biggest concern right now is watching the pos fours and the difference in goal for these two.
yeah.
That's where it's really matter. Like you said, if a Ricky can get 1-2 items, he's so lethal. And the Earth Spirit is so poor. Like, we don't typically see this from this hero. Usually he has a decent timing on an urn, and then obviously a Blink Dagger. He doesn't have either of those.
Yeah, he just can't catch a break, basically. They
Bot lane.
couldn't find any kills.
Whitemon moving in. There's the use of the Avalanche, the Decrepify, the Life Drain tossed up in the air. It's a kill into Jakiro, though. You need something more. iLogic did come down. They look to actually punish this aggression. And the Moonlight Shadows sneak around the back. Mumiana, no! The site's going to be there. You won't get a chance to use the Black Hole. It's going to fall. And now they'll just have to fold. They're going to lose the Silencer as well. And it looks like Wonder Kid's in trouble also. The Trickster Trade are going to come out. They'll run him down. The Decrepify's there, but it won't buy enough time. They use the Infest to kill him off. The TP out by Ajit just in time. There's no way to stop it. No! He uses himself.
There is a way to stop it, but
you can't get there. You didn't have vision.
Yeah, that's not it.
They threw the arrow the other way.
Yeah.
So
what they did here is they made an aggressive move in which what they got from it. First, they killed Jakiro. Second, they planted 3 wards in the enemy jungle, which is nice. However, I think this move came a bit too late. They were feeling so pressured that they couldn't find the time to actually pull off this move a bit earlier. And they should have done it, because, yeah, you feed, but it doesn't matter. It opens up the map a bit. They are forced to go back and defend their tier 2. You're forcing Radiant team on their side of the map. And if they're farming on their side of the map, there's no way that they transition that farm or a pick-off into an objective. And that's really important. That's what they should have been doing earlier. It doesn't matter. This Enigma has a Midas. She's gonna find her. It is gonna find its farm, you know. So I'm not gonna assume Enigma's gender.
yeah, come on, dude. 2018. No gender shaming. Yeah. But also, I think that move was so obvious from Tigers that Whitemon, he instantly went on a de-warding run. He didn't get all of them, but he did find the deepest one, was in the most obvious location. Luckily, they'll be able to save the other ones. But he smoked up and he's gone deep himself, getting the wards in prep for a push on the 2 towers in the bot lane.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking great for Tigers. They should do another one of those moves in which they force EVOS on their side of the map, because it slows the game down. Ricky mid.
Rolling coming out, the toss in the air. They'll get him low enough, they'll be able to kill him off.
There we go, finally. You can do that if their whole team is not on your side of the map, because there's no way they connect. There's no way they help that Ricky. But if they're playing in your jungle, you first have to pass through them to get the pick off, and it's so hard. So overall, looking a bit better for Tigers right now. They found a few pick-offs, they smoked up again, they're setting their own tempo, while it's EVOS now that's looking kinda just satisfied with farming.
That smoke's gonna find something. The blink in, the avalanche, the toss is there, the silence, Moran's dead. That's a big pick-off. That's the most crucial one they can find right now as well.
These moves, they could have happened earlier as well, but instead of doing them, they were waiting too long for Tiny's blink. I think the delay on that initiating tool from Tiny is what hurt them the most.
And it just creates that zonal buffer for the Enigma to farm up. And the Pugner's kind of got to reset and think about itemization while he shoves out lanes, because he's not really hitting the towers right now. You've still got the tier 1 in the mid and the tier 1 in the top.
We have an Infest on Ricky on mid.
He's looking to make a move.
Let's see him with that sentry though.
Yeah, but I think they're going to go check the triangle. You can already see the movement towards bot. If they pick up the silencer, this is an easy setup for a push into the tower. And Jakira's already been shoving the lane.
Well, they have to be careful though. There is an Enigma behind him. So they might put this silencer in front as a dangling bait.
Alright, Lysi moving in. The things come out. They're suspicious about this already. He's in, Blink comes across. Only the silencer will get him. He's dead.
Now it's only the question if Enigma can find a good button. Sadly, he couldn't because of the smoke.
Ooh, no, the blink back. Tiny gets out range. Trickster Trade gets forced out of Lysu for no reason. And on the side, the Ice Path's going to come out. The connection to the arrow. Zephyr's dead. Double kill for iLogic. And he's on the hunt for more. Now they need to go full retreat on the side of Tigers. Wonder Kid will put down the Never Ward. And the toss comes out for Lysu. But he's staying alive, but not for long. But it's long enough that they turn on Agi. The Scythe coming in. The Black Hole. It's there. The Life Drain to keep him alive. Tiny can turn around. The Black Hole does control him well. But iLogic still standing pretty strong. The Magnifier goes down. Connected on 2. Mumiana's going to get low here. The one to try and keep him alive. He's ticking down. He's going to get super low here. Just about going to stay alive. On the back foot, though, Agi, he'll snipe out more as he finds the kill Nervile. And now it's EVOS' chance to go to full retreat.
Yeah. So EVOS have to retreat now. Jakiro is going to fall as well. And, I mean, they have to be doing these things. They have to be utilizing these long cooldowns to try and defend these towers, to try and fight. It wasn't the best fight for them, but it was fairly good.
I mean, they had to buy back on the Silence,
Yeah.
that's one thing. They did commit all the big ultimates, but they needed to. If they keep treating these like insurance policies they can't check in,
Yeah.
there's going to be a point where EVOS doesn't care anymore.
Exactly. So they have to use these black holes, and after that, perhaps use a smoke, try to get the solo pick off with Tiny and Earth Spirit or something like that.
Uh-oh. Lice has been seen, but they don't know what's inside him. Lifesteal's going to come out. Might be a bonus kill with the Silence there. They didn't expect it.
Oh.
He'll walk away. I mean, you don't expect him to be in the Ricky still.
I mean, they could have gotten him there 100% if they followed up with an Earth Spirit stun. Well, maybe he'd survive, but they had an opportunity there to go on that Lifestealer. They just went back instead, unfortunately.
And this Lifesteal is full battle mode. He's got the Desolator now off the arm.
Armlet.
I mean, I've seen this. Like, this is my favorite kind of Lifesteal. Lifesteal is not a very fun hero to watch usually, but this is the one where you typically go for like a Daedalus as well, and you just walk in and you take 3/4 of someone's HP straight away.
I mean, now that he has Yasha, he's going SNY actually. I think Manta would still be better this game.
I think he needs it.
Yeah, but SNY is still fine. And the thing is, he can go this build because he's so strong versus Tiny. Like, he's basically one of the best heroes that scale versus Tiny, right? Later on, because of the... well, we'll see. We'll see. He's definitely gonna hurt that rock. So.
Most definitely. Yasha complete. So now, not as easy to kite him anymore. There is a smoke coming out. Face hugger with DD as well. They'll probably want to start taking these towers. And they need to do it while the black hole's still down. They haven't got long to do that. 50 seconds until Moon Meander has another ultimate.
Yeah, they did the right move, like with... Earth Spirit and Tiny are top, taking that tier 1, so trading, which is really good. And also they were trying to get that pick off that we talked about because of the long cooldowns. They're the only guys that can make any moves on the map, so that was right, but unlucky for them, they couldn't find anyone. So they're probably going to lose this tier 2 as well.
Definitely. With the Desolator here and the DD still running the Mirana, there's nothing to really stop them from slapping in this tower. The Glyph will slow it down a little bit, but inevitable, the tower will fall.
A big issue that you have when you're playing versus Ricky or any Invis heroes is that it becomes a bit harder for you to split push unless you have some sentries or some vision there. Well, Nike's is porting top.
No, iLogic, he doesn't want to let them push in on the tier 2. I mean, their push is done. Now they just calm down. There's a TP in from the Earth Spirit there. The pings come out. You know, Sevilla is here. Zephyr going to be forward the boulder smash. The Magnetize comes out. He should be able to silence him off if he wants to do so. There it is. The Yule's going to be there in return, but G jumps in. The Avalanche the toss combo will clean up the kill on the Necrophos.
Yeah, he was a bit... Let's say he was a bit deep there, farming alone when everyone else went back.
Maximizing map usage. That's what that was.
Yeah. That's definitely all he was doing. Just maximizing map usage. That's all. That's all. Not being greedy or anything like that.
What? What are these words?
Yeah. All right. So the black hole is up. The global is up. They might look to have a good fight now.
Well, this is where you just basically stick the Pugna forward, let him poke towers, and see where the mistakes come from EVOS. That's what the focus has to be here. Of course, you want to find a kill alongside that, because otherwise you're committing a lot of heroes behind a Pugna, and you're not doing anything.
You have the double damage on Tiny, so it's actually possible to kill anyone off. It's possible to kill the Mirana or the Nyx in the black hole. And the Mirana has a BKB. We haven't really touched too much on her item progression. She has Dragonlance, BKB, Maelstrom. That's one rich cat.
She's doing pretty well, actually. Second in net worth, only just behind the Lifesteal. The Moonlight Shadow coming out, though. We may see a clash happening here. Aji, arrow, no, he blinks out just in time. Now, the Ice Path does connect on the Earth Spirit. Zephyr in a little bit of trouble here. Will be melted through alongside the Pugna.
Can they find the Tiny?
They might be able to. The Blink still on cooldown. Vile, he has no way of getting close enough for the Yules, though. So Ajit will escape, but his partners in crime won't be so lucky.
Yeah, both the Pugna and the Earth Spirit fell there. It was really good reading that movement and using Mirana's ulti to just catch them properly there. Yeah,
straight into the roast pit. I mean, with a Desolator and a Mirana, you're gonna do this.
Yeah,
you got it.
This is gonna be so quick. Like, it's a matter of seconds before this Roshan falls, and there isn't anything you can do. Like, you have the black hole, but who's gonna dish out the damage? You only have this Tiny right now. It's not enough. I mean, the thing is, even late game, the only guy you have is this Tiny. You never count out an Enigma, by the way. when it comes to late game, if she gets an Aghanims, if she gets Refresher, she has that pure damage that goes even through BKB, that goes even through Rage. So she's definitely gonna be able to do so much damage. It's fine. Like, you never count out an Enigma in late game. But at the same time, it's not easy. It's definitely not looking easy.
At the same time, there's only so much you can expect from a Black Hole. Yeah, Ricky in the bot lane. Okay, Flysuit. You look away for a second, it's like, there's no way he's going to try and farm this. There's no one shown on the map. But, of course, Ricky Greed, need to finish Diffusal. Very close.
Yeah, that's really problematic. He needs so little gold for that Diffusal. And the game completely changes for him when he does. Also, though, giving out 500 gold to their position 1 Tiny, it's problematic. 500 gold is a lot for a position 4, definitely.
Tiny almost has a Shadow Blade now. In fact, he has now got enough gold to pick it up. There it is.
So he's gonna hit a bit faster now. That's also very important. But if he finds an initiation on Nyx, they can take him down, definitely.
Worrying factor. And actually, iLogic is going for the Nullify next. 1437, he's going for a trip to the Fountain.
Yeah, just a small trip.
Just flying with Lifestealer Air.
Fine. He was dewarding there and then instantly gets sent back. He's investing a lot more in sentries this game. He might have heard us from the last game. Look at this map. Just look at this. They're everywhere. And I mean, sentries are probably... Oh, bottom lane, Ricky.
Yeah, jump in. Ricky's going to be there. Avalanche coming out. Silence up. They're trying to get room quick enough. They'll be able to do so. The Moonlight Shadow is going to be a pursuit. EVOS, they're coming in. Moonmiana's going to TP up. That means other people might be left here. Zeph with the TP. The only one left is Ajit. They see him. The Yules move forward. They're just going to bail on him, leave him here. They have no choice. They'll be able to run him down. He has no way escaping this. Yeah, an arrow miss, but the Scythe will not.
And the Scythe as well. He's out for 85 seconds. I mean, they miss out on Earth Spirit, they miss out on Enigma, but they get the best target. They get the best hero possible. They get that Tiny down. It's basically like if you could choose one hero to kill, it would always be that Tiny.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. It's just like, you know, you're kind of there. It's like, okay, what they left us? Oh, they left us with the golden prize. You know, why not? Okay, I guess the lucky dip paid off. And that's the important part is we already said that Tiny's need for right clicks late game. You're in the mid game. That's your kill potential. Your kill potential's on the sideline for a minute and a half.
Yeah, and what for? Who did you get? You got the Ricky, and that's it. Yeah, he has that.
And he didn't slow him down. He's got the Diffusal now.
And he's gonna be problematic now as well. Well, actually, Pagna did itemize really well with that. Forstaff realizing that it's really good versus both the Nyx and the Ricky, so he's gonna be able to save himself from the Diffusal smokescreen combination. But
they can't save the tier 2 in the mid though. Now iLogic, he's still got the Aegis. He'll approach the high ground confidently.
You can't force down towers, man. You can't force them. It doesn't work. Sadly.
Yeah, Pugna's just poking at the top tower. That's the best he can do. And on the high ground, the Lifestealer goes. Rages up, forced out the glyph. So, Tiny up in 5 seconds. You're going to be forced to make a move though. The Aegis still available for about another minute.
Yep. They do have the Blink BKB. They do not have the Midnight Pulse, which is really important here, as it stops the push. However, it seems that EVOS is satisfied with just forcing them back to base, and now they're gonna farm.
I mean, it makes sense. They're starting to build this lead, and we said as this goes later, they're the ones that have the right clickers, right? The Ricky's gonna find a solo target. Lifestealer is formidable. Mirana takes dominance in all these fights. It's scary.
Definitely. Yeah. Like, if this Ricky buys, let's say, a Nullifier, and he finds Enigma, he can solo him. So it's looking grim for Tigers again.
Also on the Nullifier subject, iLogic changed his mind. He's going for the heart now. I like this more. The Midnight Pulse is still frustrating.
It's so frustrating though, because it's percentage based, right? So it's getting heart is, I don't know, maybe not.
I like it more than Nullifier because like right now it's like, how are you going to get close enough to use Nullifier? They'll blink away or they'll dodge it out. You know,
go blink. Jump.
I agree. I agree. I would actually like a blink here. I think the blink is good. I mean, you jump straight on the Enigma and force into Black Hole U.
He has Ricky though, so there's that. Like he has ways.
The pseudo blinks, right? Yeah.
You have that in Festa. So
well, they hit the tower,
and now they're gonna go for shrines.
There's no rush for them. Moonmiana did just TP out to the other shrine. He's moving across to the bounties now.
He's just stealing bounties. That's it. Actually, one bounty. He's not gonna risk the other one. It seems.
Actually, if Lysu finds him here, you at least force a BKB charge, and that would be the big 10 seconds.
There is a Tiny following up, though.
Yeah, they are following the Enigma wherever he goes. They're understanding that the win condition is the Enigma. And this is the only problem with this is it puts you in a bit of a crux, right? Like, it's good. You're identifying the correct thing, but that means you're investing a lot in protecting the Enigma, who's your initiator. He should be setting you up, not the other way around.
You saw that? Tiny blinks in, uses the dust.
Oh, yeah.
They try to find that Riki. Sadly for them, the Riki is on the other side of the map, and the dust does not have that kind of a range.
I mean, I think, yeah, no, it was over here. Like, they had the... It wasn't this sentry. This one, if you look at the vision, the obs just about glimpsed him when he walked here. So they set up another sentry expecting to be there. So they need to commit to this push now.
They have invested a lot in sentries, as we said earlier, so the Riki isn't really finding the pickoffs he was able to find in the last game with Bounty, but...
He's coming out into G here. White One's the only one here. Needs to be careful about that. If you can find a way to disrupt them when they try and TP back, and then you strike at the base as the side of EVOS. But he backed up.
Tiny is still a hero that's formidable when it comes to objective taking, right? He pushes down towers really fast, so you have to be careful. However,
TP's back to base.
Nyx is already in your base, yeah.
Yeah, he just picked up that heart as well, so he'll just reset, go. This is going to be the story of the game now for the Lifestealer.
4,000 HP, but he loses so much once he goes into that mid-lane.
He does. They're rolling, though. They're trying to go on him a little bit here. He needs to be careful. Oh, the toss back. As he says, let's get him deep, but the rage comes out. We'll just walk it off. Healing up on the Alons as he does.
I don't think you want to toss him back inside. Like, just toss him out.
Sure,
toss him everywhere.
Go ahead. Give him the entrance into your backline. What a lovely gift for Christmas you've given this Lifestealer.
Yeah, he does not have that Aegis anymore, so
he's going for a Skadi next. So apparently he feels he needs even more health.
I mean, there's basically an opinion that when you're playing Nyx versus Silencer, you can do this. So basically you go for so much HP that they don't take you down during the global.
Yeah, but they've got
right.
Enigma.
Yeah, but they have Enigma with Midnight Pulse, and he's going for Aghanim's. So that's gonna be like so much damage, so much pure damage, even if you rage. I mean, this Enigma is gonna be able to take down that Nyx alone.
And here's the other thing. Spirit's going to eventually reach 20. At that point, you could go back for a Spirit Vessel because you'll find the value in it. Like, yes, there's rage, but good luck in the global silence. If you get hit by a Spirit Vessel while silenced...
Oh, mid lane. Riki,
jump in.
Actually.
Oh, no. They're trying to chase on. Facehugger will move away quick enough, though. The Glimmer Cape to just make sure he's not going to be pursued. The haste on Ajit will not find the value they were looking for.
Yeah. Well, so far when he was getting those... well,
there's an Invest Bomb.
We have Riki now.
Yeah. Vlysutra's trying to move across here, wants to find Zephyr, but it looks the wrong way. He'll come back around the other side, and they'll be able to move across. There's two here, though. They jump on the Tiny's global. Smoke screen does go down, moving into the black hole. Connected on the two. The global silence there as well. It's going to be TP's in, but it's going to be fast enough. They've already lost the two heroes because Facehugger's right clicks are too powerful. He's going to chase down 1437 as well. And iLogic just stands his ground. And with the assistance of the Marauder, like we said, this was the problem. How do you get both of them?
Yeah, they have so many heroes that can right-click so hard that even if you black hole the Nyx, it does not matter. And the worst part of that black hole was the fact that Tiny got hit by an arrow, so he wasn't able to just turn into the black hole and... Oh, what?
This is bold. He needs to be careful. They're lucky they didn't get in range for the blink strike.
Yeah, he's very lucky. Necro has a blink as well, so he could have used him. That was playing on the edge right there, but it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. Because he survived.
It's always worth it if you survive. Screw every other detail, as long as you survive.
Yeah, because now they can't push. They have no creeps.
I mean, they can't push for about another 10 seconds. Yeah, and the problem is you need to buy another 70 because you've got your black hole and your global silence on cooldown.
Yeah, they're going to take Rosh, so there's that. They're going to spend some time here in the Rosh pit, but the problem is once they get that Rosh, how do you kill Nyx twice? You can use Black Hole to kill him once, but twice?
Yeah, no refresher yet.
It's going to be hard.
In fact, Moon is going for that Aghanim Scepter pickup. He's committed fully to it.
Right, so he needs, what, 200 gold more? Is he going to find it?
Is he going to keep a buyback, though? Like, because if you don't get your Black Hole off, you need that, like, you need the buyback.
I guess he's going to go for the Aghanim.
I think you have to flip coin on it and just hope you don't get killed first.
Here we go. Riki is infested. He's going to find Tiny.
Lysu. Ajit would be the big kill. Zephyr on the high ground. Dust reveal. Going to jump straight in, but there's the use of the avalanche. Going to get the kill, the toss. But Lifesteal comes out. He can't find anyone. Nice retreat coming out from Ajit and from Zephyr. On the back foot, the Yaws is going to be there. If they find Mooney, the BKB is going to come out. He doesn't have the black hole for 20 seconds. Leap forward. There's enough damage. Facehugger hits way too hard. Zephyr, he might fall as well. It's going to be close. Looking to move away. The stun on the iLogic will create enough space that he uses the Rolling Boulder to get out. But on the back foot, still dancing around here because he was sniping out the back line. Wonder Kid. Chasing on two. No arrow connect. They just need to focus mid, because right now all they're doing is playing the Tigers' hand. The more time they waste here, the more chance that Tigers has of coming back with a big team fight.
Tigers is just doing the completely right thing.
Avalanche toss, they find Avile. Ajit, this is how you want your Tiny to play. On the back line, just prodding and poking as soon as they split up and look for clues.
This is great. This is so good for them. But there are 2 catapults on mid, so you have to stop this push somehow. You have to be back with that Tiny. You have to be back with that Enigma as soon as possible. Yeah.
Enigma has no buyback. He already committed to the Ags.
He bought the Agnims the same second he was dying. He basically wanted to buy it no matter what. So
I mean, they're not getting the buildings quite fast enough. The melee racks might fall, but they're gonna be a little trouble. The arrow connects on the Pugna though. Perfectly timed with the TP in. What are you doing here? It's a Mirana you're playing against. They're using Liquefy moving forward. They'll find the kill. The Hex not achieving anything on a Mirana. Oh. Just move away. They'll hit into the buildings, and now you do have your Enigma, but you're missing your Pugna.
Yeah, there is the Enigma though. There is that Agnims.
But it doesn't matter. You just hit the lane. You just walk away.
Oh, well, Jakiro might fall.
Oh, yeah. Jakiro on the back foot. Constellation prizes. You just lost the whole lane. You do get the double-headed dragon, but
it
you take
so
what
bad.
you can get.
It wasn't so bad for them. They like Tigers. Yeah, they did lose the side, but Tiny survived that whole fight. They have a gem now as well. They have the completed Daedalus with Tiny, so he's gonna hit super hard, and they have the Enigma with the Black Hole Agnes too. So overall, honestly,
that was the best they could ask for. Like they should have expected more if they didn't have that Pugna die the way he did. Yeah, but the moment that happens, you have to change expectations. Yeah. So Tiger's done very well to adjust.
The way the Pugna died as well, and the way the whole engagement started was super bad for them. But Tiny with those pokes from the back, right, trying to pick off people.
He's been on point. Ajit so far this game, like he's felt like the MVP for both sides because he's been making the most crucial pickoffs.
MVP for both sides.
As in, if you had to choose, like you go, which like the whole game, right?
All right.
He's been feeding. He's gonna feed the gem back. That'll make him MVP for EVOS.
Yeah, there you go. Makes sense now. Overall, that gem is that was definitely necessary. Is it too late though? That's the question. If they find a good black hole here, it could be awesome.
Like the one good black hole would legitimately be the turning point in this game. That is always the risk of Enigma though. When you go late, it's the type of spell that completely just flips a game in one fight.
He's going for Lincolns next, though. I mean, yeah, you can break the black hole even through BKB, but I still think getting that refresher would be so valuable for them. If he could pull off 2 black holes with Agnims.
I mean, if you get hit by that's kind of the thing. It's like if you have the refresher and you get hit by a scythe, great. I'll just refresher, do another black hole.
Yep. If you don't die.
Well, if you got the BKB, you shouldn't die.
As long as you don't die. As long as you don't die. I mean, even with that BKB, they hit so hard.
Yeah, but if you black hole, the crucial target is Mirana right now, and Lifestealer is the second one.
Yeah, Lifestealer with that Skadi and Heart of their ass.
I definitely think Mirana is still the most important one, though. She just hits too damn hard. Now, Logic, he likes to hit buildings hard. He's moved up the high ground again. They're knocking on the second.
I mean, look at this. He's losing like 100 HP per second when
he doesn't care, though. Look, it's a heart. Come on, Liz. He's back to full regen. He doesn't even use his armlet anymore.
It's good, but when the black
toss back, they're going to send him pretty deep here. The Hex is going to come out. Logic needs to be careful about this. Life drain, sucking through him, getting him down to half HP. Needs to move away. He will be fine. In fact, he'll just hit the tower as he walks by.
Like, their plan right now is basically to try and commit onto the Snags, but kill him without using Black Hole.
Well, they need to. He has a second life. There's no way you can risk this.
Exactly. So you want to kill him without using Black Hole the first time so that you can kill him the second time with that Black Hole.
Problem is, you can't keep up this harassment the whole time. Ball smash through, silence on Dialogic. He doesn't care that. Like, you just have to invest so much into killing him. There we go. You might get him this time. The Midnight Pulse there. The toss on the side. Flysu will fall. Ilogic trying to move away. It's going to be close. Rage comes out. He'll stay alive, but barely. Oh, the roll in. No. The Ice Buff didn't stop him. Zephyr went past. He needs to move away quicker than this. He should just about be fine. He's burning down, but he will survive on 50 HP.
How did he...
Like, he just disappeared.
He disappeared and reappeared on the other side.
Gaben, please. What was that?
What?
I was like, did he blink? What's going on here?
All right, that was interesting. I think, like, there was...
Well, he was... Yeah. The Rage ran out, and at that point, the Earth Spirit just appeared right next to him. So, like, what is going on here?
I think he hit the Ice Path in just that sweet moment in which he starts to roll, you know, so it kind of...
I mean, it's still meant to stop you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but the game kind of goes, all right, I'm going to stop you, but whatever, go over.
Off you go. You know, I'm not going to interrupt this. This looks too good, too spicy.
Also, the power of that Daddle is just... appeared in that last fight. Tiny killed off Ricky with only one hit with Echo Saber.
Roll Boulder in. Zephyr getting a little bit deep here. There's open wounds coming out. 4 staff down the low ground. iLogic needs to be careful about this. He has just used the Rage, and he doesn't have the Aegis anymore. Ajit might go for this. He has the Blink coming off cooldown. Avalanche, there it is. Going to jump in. The toss holding him in place with the Boulder Smash as well. They need to do a lot more damage than this. The dust to reveal. The Hex is going to come out. They're still hunting. And Facehugger's going to lean behind. He says there's no way we can help this lifesteal. Is there any reset? They know. Moon Miana, the BKB. He's moving with Black Hole. He's going to only hit under 1. The Global Science as well. The chasing full for more. They'll be able to find Avile. Stunned up on the spot. He's going to go down as well. 90 seconds on the sideline for the lifestealer. And Avile, he'll join him and keep him company. And no buyback for the lifestealer. So you can actually get super aggressive right now.
I mean, that was interesting from Lifestealer.
There was a huge pause there as well from Moon. For a moment, it looked like he wouldn't even commit the Black Hole.
Yeah.
Because the split was almost perfect from EVOS.
It was, but the thing is...
He doesn't have to be there, though, right?
He doesn't have to be there. Why are you there? Ricky is on the other half of the map. Jakiro is on the other half of the map and also showing himself. So you're certain that Jakiro isn't there, and you're not sure where Ricky is, but you have so many sentries that you see that he's not there either. So I don't know, like, Nikes shouldn't have been there, definitely. And they have ways of killing him.
I mean, this is the thing. You actually think about it. We said about a one good Black Hole given away back in the game. And despite only hitting one hero there, they get 2 cores out of it because EVOS are of 2 minds.
Yeah. We talked about this, right? You can't neglect the power of Enigma in the late game. This guy with Midnight Pulse and with that Black Hole, with Aghanim's, it does so much damage. Oh.
And well, I mean, even Dota Plus has to give some credit. Now we're going from like 99% or ish, going down to 11% win chance for Tigers are coming back. Avalanche toss. Ricky gets a DD, but they get a kill onto him.
Yeah, this Ricky isn't really finding his spot in this game any longer.
It feels like they've lost focus. Like EVOS are making these moves that make no sense anymore.
Yeah.
They were so composed early on, but now they are just splintered.
The thing is, the Tiny got a few items that he needed, and he's just...
Oh, he's asserting dominance.
Yeah. He's definitely asserting dominance across the map, yeah. That Ricky is feeling the dominance. It's feeling very dominated, actually.
And look at this. This is the first fall we've seen Tigers in quite a while. Whitemon hidden by the Glimmer Cape, but if Ajit sees him for a second, he knows what's going to occur. Insta-death. Facehugger has the lifesteal on him. They've switched things up. And this is problematic because if you're doing this, you could give over a perfect Black Hole, the 2 that matter, and it's coming off cooldown in 5 seconds.
They have
Boulder Smash connects on the Necrophast, the Hex as well. Arrow gets dodged, they move in. Now they're going to work the Black Hole as well. Moon not committed in the right place because on the side they're going to use the Infest to come out. iLogic moving forward. Is he taking a lot of damage? The BKB is going to run at Moon. He can't TP out. Mistakes made. He's going to go down. The buyback out from Necrophast. They're just aggressing as hard as possible. They need to get everyone else out or Tigers could be on the edge of the abyss here. Ajit going to escape to the right side, and, well, actually, Earth Spirit's like, I'm going to push the waves on the way out. Don't worry, guys. We got this.
I mean...
But that...
We're talking about the Black Hole.
That Black Hole was not needed!
It was so unnecessary. I mean, he was so patient with it so far. Like, all of his Black Holes so far were on point, but that one was so unnecessary and so not needed.
But luckily for them, or at least somewhat luckily, because of course they won't have the Black Hole. The good news is, if you look at the creep waves, most of them pushed out.
Yeah, and Necro did have to buy back, and you have the buyback on your Enigma, so if you want to, you can use that buyback to defend.
And you have got the Global Silence still. This is a big ask, though, to get through iLogic. This man with 5,000 HP and an extra bunch to boot with the armlet. Time to knock on those buildings. Lower Sword, just to get rid of the last word. Gonna go infested into the Ricky. The arrow going forward won't connect on anyone, but Facehugger just gonna poke at these buildings until they respond. They won't have a choice. Oh no, the Hex coming out. The Avalanche forward. The toss is there. The Global Sights as well. They might have the Miranda dead. 95 seconds on the sideline. The Ricky just goes pop. And now iLogic, he's got to fight against the whole team. Ajit is going to fall to the Macropire burn with iLogic alongside. The buyback comes out for Tiny. And iLogic, he needs to hold this. He needs to beat them back. Whitemon is going to actually TP out right in the face of the Tiny, and he'll be fine.
All right, they have to run, and they have to run fast. Enigma is quite fast with those travels, so if he continues chasing Avil, he might...
Nah, he can't. He can't. They can't risk it. Someone needs to push out mid. They're not sure which way they went. They know how this works, so they split up and look for clues. That's when it backfires.
Yeah, this was not great for EVOS, but they did force that Tiny buyback, which is all right. They have to be more careful, though. Mirwana died again. The Ricky, though, he's Man, this game isn't that hard for him, but he's making it look so hard. Like, his smoke screen could be a bit better and on point. He shouldn't be caught in... Like, the last time he died only because of tiny AoE. He wasn't the target. He just died from AoE. Like,
well, this is the problem, though, is the Mirana is the entry kill. And she is so simple for this Tiny now. And he has a DD. Do you know what's going to happen next, Liz?
Oh, there's Rush on, actually. Rush is up.
He can go hunting. He can do whatever he wants. They're going to give him the bottle. They go, Ajit, make a choice.
Maybe just finish this AC first. After that, he has no buyback, so finishing that AC is definitely a necessity. He's gonna do that, and he's gonna still have that double damage bottled. If they find a good rush fight, because it might just happen that EVOS commits to this rush right now, and they react to it with the double damage, with the AC. This could be huge.
With the black hole.
Yeah, this could be huge for Tigers if they react on time. Let's see.
All right, AC pickup. He's got the DD at the ready.
Yeah, Enigma does not have travels for 10 more seconds.
And EVOS, they have gone in the pit. They know this is crucial to get this, especially since it's a refresher shard. You cannot give this over to the Enigma.
You can send Eidolons inside though, so there's a way to scout that rush bit.
Moonlight Shadow coming out. iLogic wants to retreat. They can't fight here. This is not a good location for EVOS to be in.
Definitely not. Like, you never want to be fighting in clutch spaces versus Enigma, right? Because of that black hole. And that Tiny with double damage on the prowl.
EVOS are trying to sneak around the back here. Oh no! No, they get baited in on the Earth Spirit illusion. They pop the Infest. And the pings are coming out. They're like, they've got to be around here. The smoke instantly from Tigers. Now they're going to go on the prowl. With the Infest on the cooldown, they don't care too much.
Yeah, but look at this. They're just they're just spiraling away from each other. So Radiant is spiraling through.
Except Flysu.
Except him, but he's Invis.
He's fine.
He's fine.
So they both had the same thoughts, more or less.
Yeah, so basically they ended up on each other's positions right now. And
they're going to turn around and realize it. iLogic just revealed in the mid lane.
Oh,
the Hex coming in. They're going to move forward. They're going to jump straight on it. The Global starts well. The black hole catching on the two. iLogic how to place it. He should just disappear. The buyback comes out with a runner. But iLogic, they might have him banged it right this time. They'll get him. Chase him one on more. They need to get a Vile in one piece. Ghost Rider to protect him. Now the Magpie's doing a lot of damage. The Cypher's going to be there. They'll get rid of Moon Meander. He's down. The arrow won't connect on anyone, but the Blink Strike forward. They'll be able to find the kill on the Sandstorm. Now they're chasing on the other side. Ajit trying to stand his ground. And Vile chasing forward for more. He's regen up pretty well. If he dies here, this could be it. Ajit down. The buyback coming with Sandstorm may be too late. Zephyr, he gets killed as well.
He has no buyback.
This is huge. Without the Tiny, where is your damage now? They'll go to the pit. They'll be able to secure it in EVOS.
Look at Enigma.
This is the only choice Moon Meander has right now.
You can do it. You can do it, you beautiful man. No, you can't actually. Never mind.
sorry. No false call. Bye, buddy. Off you go.
Yeah, just go back. Never mind.
This is now... EVOS are in a dominant position. 100 seconds without your Tiny. No buyback to work with. And they are going to take this Roche in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, and there's double damage on the bottom lane as well. If they manage to get that rune, oh man, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard to defend. So, Refresher Shard, Cheese, Refresher given to Necro, Aegis in the hands of Lifestealer, and Cheese on Mirana. Yeah. Like, you can't really do it. But maybe Refresher also to Mirana for the BKB charges, but it's also good for double the sight on Necro. And overall, yeah, Enigma is split pushing bottom, but it's not good. Like, you don't benefit from this. You have to go back as soon as possible. So you have the Midnight Pulse when it's needed. You still have 1 full minute.
They still have an opportunity here, though. The time it takes EVOS to take a lane.
You have to be careful. You don't have any buybacks, but it's very unlikely that you're gonna die 2 times on either of these heroes. You have the Cheese on Mirana, you have the Aegis on Ike, so... Well, let's see, actually. They might be able to delay this. The Rage had to be committed.
Yep, he has to back off the high ground for a second, yeah?
The Rage was committed, but also the Glyph. And now the Tiny is up in 30 seconds.
Oh, life drain in the mid lane. Ricky's dead! They just got the kill on the Flysu, who's going to buy back instantly. He has no choice. They need to finish this fast. The Tiny is still a huge threat, and up in 20 seconds. They got the Black Hole available in 10.
Oh, he's selling everything. He has Refresher. Enigma has
Refresher. This is the big all-in play, and they don't know about this. They do not know.
This could be huge if he manages.
But iLogic's the only one showing. He's just poking for these buildings.
He should buy a smoke, probably. They should smoke up that Enigma.
If he gets seen for a second, though, the game's going to be given. And then you just see EVOS change how they play completely. He needs to bait them in with a black hole, and then in the Anarchy, make sure they don't notice the second.
Yeah, the thing is, like, there's one good thing. Necro has Refresher Shard, so he can actually...
he can do it twice.
Yeah, there is Lincoln Sphere, but you have Yules as well, so it's possible for him to... Well, not versus BKB Link.
The BKB
is the BKB is a problem. Definitely so.
All right, Lysu. This buyback, he has to make it worthwhile.
They actually have to jump Enigma. If they don't,
They do.
If Enigma reacts on time, they can take 2 lives away from them. They can kill them twice. This could be the turning point. However, Enigma seems to be porting top, and
He just revealed himself as well, though. No. Meanwhile, Spirit feeling a little bit bold here. Zephyr does get picked off. That might be the entry kill that feels like they're emboldened to go high ground.
It might be a kill that baits them onto high ground, because he does have that buyback, and there is the refresher on Enigma. So, like, I would be super careful about how I approach this high ground push right now. I don't think they're in a big rush. I don't think they should be in a big rush. There is a nullifier on Nikes. If they find the entry jump on Enigma, they can definitely get him down, but have to be careful.
Look at this, actually. Wonder Kid. Look, he's planning Dagons. In fairness, Ricky, the Necrophos, you can actually kill these guys.
Yeah, they disappear. They basically disappear to any sort of nukes. Arrows.
Won't connect. They see him coming. Oh, the jump in though, there it is. They're trying to get on the sun. It's going to move away. The black hole, connect on the 2. Mumiana, he might be able to do this. He's going to get him down to half HP. He needs to refresh right now. The black hole, he misses face on the no! He's just on the edge. He's going to move forward. Mirana going to clean up the fight. Zephyr's going to go down next. It doesn't matter how far you roll, you will die. And with that, Tiny jumps into G. He needs to make a move, but then he eats the cheese. Face up and staying alive. The toss is not enough. It looks like Tigers. They know it's over. EVOS take the game. And despite what looked like they might have it on the edge, just the tiny edge of that goddamn black hole, the Mirana just dances around with the arrows going.
That was, yeah, that was so unfortunate for Moon. Like, you have to feel for the guy right there. That black hole, I can understand it though, because he had this issue in which he was being whacked on the head by Nikes, and Mirana was also hitting him. So he has to plant that black hole as soon as possible. He has to cast it, because if he doesn't, he's most likely going to die to a few more hits. So he tries to do it so fast that he catches Mirana, but he just misses. I mean, I actually think they still didn't have the damage there, because they barely scratched Nikes with the first black hole, so they couldn't have won that either way. But yeah, it would have been better if they caught the Mirana as well. So
I mean, I think there's a thin line where you can make it work. Like it's going to be it's very hard to kill Lifesteal, I agree, especially with Second Life.
Yeah.
But we've seen what happens when EVOS would lose that Mirana. Is Lifesteal turns into a headless chicken, and they have hexes, they have the means to kite him.
They had hexes, they had the Crepfies, like they were kiting that Nikes fairly well. However, it looked so hard for Tigers. Like, I honestly believe that EVOS had a better draft here, and I mean, let's not call it better draft, guys. Let's just call it easier to execute draft, right? Like, because
they were less restricted.
Yeah, they had 0. Like, what huge ultimate do you have besides Mirana ult? Nothing, absolutely nothing. You don't have to wait for anything. Plus, you have that Ricky. You're just finding targets left, right, and center. You're just hunting all the time, and as that's happening, Enigma is waiting for his ultimate. Silencer is waiting for his ultimate, like, and the only guy that's really farming, that's going late game, is the Tiny, and he did really well. Like, he surprised me with how much he actually did. But still, when the Nikes manages to feast on him, he just destroys him, because that's the way the hero works. It's just good versus Tiny.
Well, as a result, Team EVOS, they do take the series 2-0, and I mean, you gotta give them credit the way they've been playing. And they'll need it, because they are going to go up against TNC Predator again, who beat them 2-0 yesterday.
But after these 2 victories, man, they must be feeling much better.
You've got to be feeling great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the way, like, but it can work against you. This is a best of 5 with a 1-game advantage for Predator, so a maximum of 4 games potentially. And there's always that risk. People talk about this. It's like, typically, by the 4th, say you take the 5th game, that's when you start to feel that burnout. So EVOS, they're going to have to not only perform formidably, there's going to be this desperate rush to try and make sure they finish before they end up at Game 5. Well, we're going to find out about that, actually. So we're going to go a short break. It shouldn't be long before we're back with Team EVOS versus TNC Predators. Stay tuned, guys.
ESL One Hamburg is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, Vodafone, DHL, Alienware, Logitech G, and PaySafeCard.
do. I want to get in there.
Wow, I'm actually dead.
Are you dead?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Never, dude!
Dude, look at that macro pyre, dude. Oh my god.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Rover, here. Fetch. What are you doing? Oh, Rover. Red Bull gives you wings.
The RP from Fada. EG lose everything.
The Hurricane Pike Rupture! Absolute destruction coming out from Liquid. Solo, beautiful feed script onto Mugi. Rampage for no one. GG is called.